Alright, this is one of those quick and easy DIY little projects. We're painting this machine right here, and it doesn't have to be on a machine. It can be on anything you're doing or wanting a non-skid surface. This right here is where you pretty much get in and out of this machine. So you pretty much will step up from this bottom section, and you step up on this, and then you'll get up on top where the seat is. So if this gets wet or sawdust gets on it, this is usually used for like tree service stuff, so the sawdust will make this very slippery. So here's a little cool trick, saves you a lot of money to make a non-skid surface. All you're going to do is get it all prepped and ready for paint, and all you have to do is mix in some play sand. Oh yeah, let me show you what it looks like finished. This is pretty much where we put some play sand down. All you gotta do, if you're rolling the paint, roll the paint down and then sprinkle a little bit on, and then I usually let it sit for a little bit and I'll come back. If you're brushing it on, it's the same way. We're actually using a sprayer, so we're spraying it on, and these are areas that I tend to step. A lot of times I'll step up right here. We already put some down, made a non-skid surface. I'll step from there to the back of the tank, and then sometimes I will actually climb on the back of the machine, because if I've got to reach something with the power pruner, I can get it a lot easier standing on the back of the machine. It gives me a couple extra feet, almost 5 foot extra reach. So I do tend to stand back here, so I went ahead and put some non-skid back there. Simple and easy DIY non-skid. So let me show you when we get it going. This section was painted yesterday. We came back through and lightly sanded it. So now we're going to go ahead and put a light coat on and then apply the sand, and then we'll let it sit for a minute and come back through. So let me show you how simple and easy it is. Saves you guys a lot of money, because the non-skid tape is not cheap. And if you have sailboats, regular boats, and you're doing some painting, this will save you a lot of money, and it's so simple and easy to do with just a little bit of play sand. So let's get started. Go ahead and get your first light layer down, and that's what we're going to do. Now right now I'm spraying, so let me put a little layer down, and then we're going to go ahead and put some sand down. So let me get it started. Alright, now Scarlett's going to come back through, and all you're going to do is pretty much, you can concentrate on areas you really want to stand on, but try to just do it nice and even all the way across. So go ahead and start putting a even layer all the way across, just like this. As you can see, it has changed, so it went from nice and smooth looking paint, which would have been a great paint job on it, but it's more important right now not to slip and slide. If it gets wet, sawdust on it, heck, anything you get on there can make it slippery. So just try to keep it nice and smooth and even throughout your entire little project. Now you can also do a cool little thing, or if you have a very specific spot you want, just tape it off in a square and then put your sand down and then do that area. Just tape everything off some newspaper or something like that. Now at that point, we'll put a little bit here on the edge and along this edge right here, and then we'll let it sit for a minute. Then we'll come back and actually spray some more paint on top. Alright, Scarlett's done a great job at getting it all pretty much even all the way across. And like I said, I let it sit for a minute, it kind of settles in a little bit, and then I'll come back. Now rollers work great on this, by the way. A paintbrush can technically kind of, push it away. So to me, my two choices would be a roller or a spray gun. Heck, you can pick this up at Harbor Freight. It's an El Cheapy. Do your home projects with it, your DIYs. It's a $10 spray gun. Actually, I think this was the $29 one, but it works perfect for when I'm doing primers or projects like this. We're actually redoing this piece of machinery right here, and like I said, if you were to go pick up non-skid tape, it gets expensive quick. This is a simple and easy way. We were already painting it, put the sand down. Play sand works great. You can get that at any hardware store. And yep, so let's go ahead and put a layer on top of it, and you'll see it just change after that. Now this is paint. It actually has a hardener in it, so it will actually hold this pretty good compared to just a regular paint. Alright, and just like that, we have a non-skid surface that was cheap, inexpensive, simple and easy to do, and it works great. So like I said, if you concentrate on the areas where you're going to be, on and off of something, your sailboat, heck, you can do it on your lawnmower, you can do it on heavy equipment, it doesn't really matter, wherever you want a non-skid surface. Sand works great. Just put down a thin layer of paint. Like I said, I tend to use a roller or the spray gun. I try to stay away from any kind of brush. If you have to do a brush, you have to do it a little bit differently. So on a brush, you might actually have to do 2 layers, because you have to let the first layer dry and then come back with the top layer. Otherwise, you can be moving it back and forth with a brush. And we're going to let Scarlett demonstrate how well it works. And as you see, as she moves her foot off of that area, it's not removing any of the sand. It's actually doing what it's supposed to do. So it's nice and grippy. You can actually hear it underneath my glove. It did exactly what I wanted to do. It put non-skid surface on there and did not cost me a lot of money. Now let me show you on the pedals over here. And here are the controls for forward and back. As you can see, I already got a little bit of dirt on there. I got up here this morning and tested out on the machine, and it works great. This is on the hydrostat pedals, so simple and easy. Tape off your area, put a little bit of paint down, put a little sand down, and then come back with a little top layer, and it creates an awesome non-skid surface. I went ahead and did that, saved myself some money, and like I said, I don't have to cut any tape out and stick it down and all that. It worked perfect. So anyways, this is a non-skid right here. You hear anything but gloves. Doing a DIY non-skid is just that simple, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.